Welcome back from Martin Luther King Day on Monday. Today is Tuesday, though, and we are now at the 21st of January, 2020, just getting on to 9:18 a.m. Central Time, and this is your morning flash update. Well, there's several events taking place. I was surprised to see the metal markets, frankly, get knocked on their butt the way they did. I don't know if this is people coming back. I don't know if this is the coronavirus scare that's hitting the market. I don't know if it's the impeachment day. You would think if it's the impeachment day and you're getting a bid, for example, in the bonds and notes, which I don't have on this particular chart, but they're up sharply, you'd be watching that. There's other things going on. Take a look at how much cotton is down. Look at the soybean market. The trade is still not believing that China is going to be able to do the purchases they want in 2020. Yes, they're looking for an increase in 2021, but right now in 2020, there's still the naysayers out there, and we're seeing that roll over in the market. Obviously, the show begins at 1 o'clock today with the presidential impeachment, and the battlegrounds are certainly drawn up. Everybody's fighting with everybody already on how it works. You dropped rather sharply in that gas. Again, a lot of this is holiday thin trading that took place yesterday, but down to 182.60. That's new lows for the natural gas. Gasoline, I want you to look at this wild swing. You got a 600-point range in this market. That's not a little bit. Almost 200 points in the Brent, 200 points over in the crude. So you've always got to be careful of what you walk back into after a holiday, because you get one piece of news that Asia acts on, another piece that Europe acts on. U.S. markets were open Sunday night. They closed at noon, as you know, on Monday, and then they don't reopen till 5, and you got very light volume. So those are the things you deal with. As I said, the trial of the president kicks off today. France and the U.S., you'd think this is a positive for the market, have reached an agreement where France is not going to go ahead with its digital tax. That doesn't mean Italy's not going to, but they had better understand this president will slap them with all the tariffs he can. President Trump spoke at Davos this morning in Switzerland. I don't know if you were up to see it. I did. I think he spoke around 5 a.m. Central Time. He said the U.S. is in the middle of an economic boom. America's winning again. USMCA deals will represent new models for the 21st century. We're booming despite, and he couldn't wait to knock the U.S. Fed. He did it twice. The time for skepticism is over. He's pro-citizen, pro-family, pro-America. He's joining the $1 trillion tree program. That does not mean he's getting on the side of climate change. The president's Treasury Secretary Mnuchin said the biggest risk that Mr. Mnuchin sees to the U.S. economy is now the presidential election, and he said things would be upended should President Trump not win. As expected, the Bank of Japan left its monetary policy unchanged. Stats Canada reported weaker Canadian manufacturing. Canada's benchmark interest rate for the short term left alone. Now here's something important. Brazil's press is reporting that Chinese beef importers are seeking to renegotiate deals that they've done on dozens of shipments, and that they're refusing to pay as they hit the ports. Let me see. I've done this 50 years, 5-0. I know what China has done with U.S. grain over the years. This is the same game they play. Sometimes our ships had to divert away from China because you just couldn't do the deal. In other words, you make a deal, you put it on the ship, it arrives at port, and China says, no, I want to do something different. I'm not paying you that deal. Not a great way for a big country to go. Some 300 cases of coronavirus are now confirmed. 6 people are dead. China is, last night it was a B, Class B. Now they moved it to a Class A disease. That means they have the right within China to quarantine, shut off travel within certain areas. And when I say shut off, you can't get in or out of a city without the police allowing you to do so. This is like a science fiction movie that goes on, and it is there. I personally think it's just a question of when it gets here. Australia may have a case already. The Philippines is talking. Japan's got a case. South Korea's got a case. This thing is on the march, and so far, there is no cure for it. That is scary. So did that hit the stock market? It was a combination of everything? I don't know. Why did gold drop so much and is now down only $4? Again, I can't answer that question. What I can tell you is they were using that story this morning to talk a bit about energy prices, and that if this caught on, it would hurt world demand for that. Don't want to scare everybody, just that's the news over the past weekend that we're dealing with. Let's talk about what I want you to deal with. My Guide to Technical Indicators, volumes 1 and 2 from my good friends at Modern Trader Magazine. With my help, they were able to resurrect these and put these back together. And what's beautiful about them is, be it moving averages, price patterns, the different oscillators. You know, the one I use, slow stochastic, but there's RSI, Williams, spreads. What's the important of them? Contangos, things of that nature. Price-time relationship, think the Arun indicator I show you. Options primers. So it's all here, 2 booklets, full color, each one about 20 some odd pages long. We send them to you as a PDF. So if you'll give my staff a call, or if you want to go to our website, sign up for any of our free offerings right there, we'll be certain to get this all in your hands. Look for me to do another series of special reports. And by the way, this break we're getting in the gasoline fits right in with what my special report I was looking for. I was looking for the market to come down, and then I am looking towards month end to see if this market finds bottoms. I talked about it. That report, I think, is off our website now. You can also click here to get to our free offerings. I'll have more for you shortly. You have a great trading day. Watch the circus at 1 o'clock. It's going to start filling up national airwaves for weeks to come on the impeachment. Take care.